Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the Baltimore Orioles. Um, Last season we did okay. Um, we went 87 and 76, and we did make the playoffs. But it was definitely a bit of a cool off. And we're going to need to find a way to get back to our former glory days, or at least make sure that things go a bit better this season. We've almost completely remade the rotation, at least the back half of it. We were able to find money in the budget to bring back Elvis Luciano for another couple of seasons, which I'm very excited about. Brandon Hendricks as our good old friend who maybe doesn't provide lots and lots of innings, but a fair few. Jack Leiter's at the top, and we've added Rocky Bernal. We traded for him with Colorado. Rocky has been a reliever the last few seasons, but we think he can be a starter, and so that's exactly what we're going to try. And then our friend Chris Thomas picked up a third pitch, a screwball. And with that, he might be exactly the kind of pitcher who could have a long career. He hasn't started since college. This is going to be an experiment. But if we can get a fifth starter out of him, I feel a lot better about our chances. Our bullpen is mostly the same, with the addition of some people returning from injury. And Dave Jackson, who we claimed in the Rule 5 draft. Our lineup is basically the same as last season's, with the addition of Nick Senzel at second base, because our good pal Robert Moore got hurt during spring training, and he won't be coming back for quite a while. And honestly, even if he does come back healthy, I might have him play a bit in the minors this season, because I think Senzel's arguably the better second baseman in terms of offense right now. But we'll certainly think about it, and we'll make a decision then. It looks like he spent all of 2030 out of baseball, or did he just get hurt? Oof. Yeah, he wasn't even in baseball last season. That's rough. Oh, it is what it is. But that's the roster we have now. Now, we are preparing for some change in the offseason, specifically in the person of one Daniel Cabrera. Daniel Cabrera has been one of the best players in our organization ever since we acquired him, and he's been a fantastic player. We love him. He wants $50 million. Maybe some other team somewhere can afford that. We can't. We just can't. So we're going to have to give some thought to what we do with him. I'm going to go ahead and increase ticket prices again, because our owner really wants us to make a profit. And I don't think we will, but we'll see. Right. Is there anything else we can do to mitigate our weaknesses? Like, let me be clear. We could trade Daniel Cabrera, and I guess if we fall out of it, I'll think about it. But Danny Moreno is probably going to be taking his spot. I think that's my plan. Let good old Strooby-Doo here become the new Daniel Cabrera. And maybe even let him play some center field. I'm not sure. Jose Vasquez is now the one and only center fielder, which is fine. So, let's get started. Okay, I don't know why you stopped me to tell me that he's going to be out for a bit. Sean Murphy, basically nobody wants him. I'm going to try to trade him super quick and see if I can get anything of any value for him whatsoever. But the answer to that question is probably going to be no. I mean, there are some players here. I just don't know that I care for any of them. Eh. I mean, I could trade for a guy like Miguel Soto and then just stick him on the bench. Because his benefit is he's way cheaper, and he at least plays a backup at a position I could use, so we'll do that. I'll see if I can get you to toss in a prospect, but I'm betting the answer to that question is going to be absolutely not. I do like Chris Stare actually quite a bit. Yeah, you wouldn't give him to me. That's fair. I wouldn't give him to me either. Jerry Herrera is a bit of a risk. No. What if I eat his entire salary? No. It turns out you really just wanted to get rid of that one player, which I guess is fair. There he is. And I'm no longer retaining 100% of his salary. Enjoy. I like how they're a rebuilding team, but then just hired a 35-year-old catcher. And then... Oh, Clay Fisher. No. Can I send you to AAA? Do you have any options left? You are out of options. That's fine. Can I really demote Clay Fisher? I think I can. Sorry, Clay. You were so excited. You were like, oh yeah, I get to be a backup again. But alas, it was snatched from you. You've kind of felt to feel for the guy, right? I now have no backup second baseman, but that's going to change when Roberto Moore is healthy. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and waive Jose Delgado. I honestly think in the right circumstances he could be a starting third baseman. I just don't think it's for this team. But it's fine. Any big changes? Cabrera is starting to slip a little bit. That's not surprising. Tim Locke is becoming someone I need to actually start paying attention to. And there's some other interesting things happening as well. Doug Smart is quickly forcing his way into a future outfield conversation himself. He is one heck of a hitter. He's got a lot of raw power. He's basically Austin Hendrick, but cheaper. Which I am definitely down for. And we'll go ahead and sim up another month. We did lose Daniel Corona for the year. And that's actually kind of a kick in the balls. Because I don't have another shortstop that's anywhere near his capability offensively. I mean, is this the year Clay Fisher becomes overexposed and plays a full season as shortstop? Maybe. Because I just don't have another shortstop. I just don't. I mean, I could play Soto there, and he'd at least be a better hitter, but he wouldn't be a better fielder. I'm going to call up Clay Fisher, and I'm going to think about this. Soto is unquestionably the better hitter. Is he a good hitter? Not particularly, but he is the better hitter of the two. Clay Fisher is equally unquestionably the better infielder. So I guess the question is, would I rather have a better fielder or a better hitter? And this is a pretty stacked lineup, right? I think I actually want the fielder. Let's do it. Clay Fisher, you're going to get a chance to be an everyday starting shortstop for the first time in your major league career. Oh, nice. 3 homers for Kieran Dongo. 300 homers for that guy. Oh, damn. It looks like it started as a sore knee. But like, nope, it's broken. Well, alright. Vasquez, you little shit. That's fine. You can have some time off. Wait, Jose Castillo hit 5 hits? Oh, that's right. You're secretly a left fielder, too, aren't you? Huh. Good for you. Alright, this is getting unfair, sort of. Oh, we do have Robert Moore back when he's healthy. So, do I have a ready-made outfielder to put on the Major League roster who's any good whatsoever? I have Danny Huaracha, who's a very good center fielder who can theoretically get on base. I have Carrillo, who's about the same level of talent. I have Danny Moreno, but I don't want to rush him. And it looks like we're going to lose Vasquez for a while. I think it's the least sexy. I mean, the other choice is that we just say Bobby Dwyer, go nuts and play center. And maybe that's the best short-term solution. Because you're definitely better than Huaracha and everything but playing center. So I'm going to shift you to center. You are a little bit worse there, but that's fine. And then I'm going to call you up, and you're going to be the new backup outfielder. While I let Dwyer play in center. That looks fine. And then Dwyer. So here we go. Alright. Off we go. I'm sure you'd love nothing more than to stay here. I can't afford you. Like, it's not even close that I can't afford you. Andy Neal is starting to improve a bit, pitching in AAA. That's a good sign, I think. Pat Went is a tiny bit better. Some interesting improvements elsewhere. Danny Moreno is starting to capitalize on his offensive capability, which is just lovely. Doug Smart, not so much. Okay. I really like Danny Moreno. I really do. And he is, to his credit, he's trying to figure out center field. I need to get a drink of water. He has so much potential. I think it would almost be borderline criminal to make him a DH. In which case, I just find someone else to be a DH. I'm not at all concerned about that. Dude, I can't pay you $30 million. I just can't. Even if I wanted to, which I don't, I can't. Alright, Robert Moore is ready to return. Nick Senzel's actually doing fine, and I don't want to break that up. I'm going to go ahead and send you to AAA to heal up. Oh, right. I do need to put you on the 40-man, don't I? Easily done. Yeah, I'm going to let you play in AAA until Senzel cools off or unless something else happens to change my mind about that. That's not okay, but there's fine. Whatever. Who's next man up relieving wise? Probably Map here. Map is about due for a proper shot in the majors. I mean, he only had 25 appearances last season, and I know he wasn't very good, but he's next man up. Up you go, and I'm just going to make you a generic middle reliever. Joe Jimenez is clearly struggling as a closer, as is Mike Reese. The bullpen itself is not good. But for right now, I think it's okay, and we'll just wait until some more innings get logged. Oh, excuse me. It looks like you've decided to start giving up home runs, which is a bad career move for you, and I hope you get it under control. Mike Reese. It looks like you're still on track to be a quality pitcher, so I'm not upset about that. And Hirschhower's been great. I wish there was a separate bullpen coach so that I could fire my bullpen coach, but whatever. Chris Thomas's early transition to the starting rotation is okay, I guess. He's not keeping the ball down, which is upsetting. But I think he'll figure it out, maybe? He is a ground ball pitcher who hasn't been keeping it on the ground. I think we maybe just need a bit of luck with him. Same thing with Bernal, a ground ball pitcher who is at least keeping it on the ground, to be fair. We'll see how he turns out the rest of the season. Perdomo. Have I decided whether I'm keeping you or not? I mean, right now you're on like an MVP caliber pace. I certainly can't argue with that. How much money do you want? You want a very reasonable salary, and the only reason I'm not offering it is because I apparently have no money allotted for extensions. Like, at all. It's kind of a dick move. I am not paying Robert Moore that much money. No. I will happily bring back Senzel or play Chris Tharp or something. I am not paying him $10 million. You're not worth it. So I'm just going to go ahead and trade you, actually. I'd prefer prospects, if you don't mind, game. Can I get some prospects, please? But I'm not keeping Robert Moore if that's what he thinks he's worth, and I guess I'll look at everyone now. But yeah, if that's what he thinks he's worth in arbitration, I'll happily non-tender him rather than keep him. TJ McKenzie, you know what? Sure. You aren't the worst player I've ever seen. Interesting. I did not anticipate McKenzie being a quality dude, but here we are. I'm going to send Josh Roberts to AAA, and I'm going to make McKenzie the other half of the first base platoon. Set him to first base, please. And then you are going to start there. But I'm not going to have you that high in the lineup. I don't think you're good enough for that. So instead I'm going to shift Senzel to second in that particular instance. Alright. I now have some money for extensions. Can I get a bit more somewhere? Vasquez? Here's the thing. I'm going to have a crap ton of money in this offseason, quite possibly. I can opt out of a couple of deals, so on and so forth. Because I do kind of want to keep Perdomo, if I can manage it. Yeah, I can't do that until I get rid of at least one more contract. No, it's fine. I think I'll just wait, and then I'll make a decision later on, or see if there's another way I can free up a bit of payroll. And then let's advance. Okay, Brendan Hirschhower, I don't know who the fuck you have pissed off, but I'm tired of losing you for entire seasons. This is ridiculous. I could call Neil back up. But I'm also not rushing it, if that makes sense, because I think that there could still be hope for him in the rotation. Mr. Morales, you're a pretty good pitcher, and I think you've earned a shot at the big leagues. That's exactly what I'm going to give you, a shot. Oh, no, wait, I actually need a starter here, don't I? Because that was Benoist's role. And now I don't have that. I'm going to send you back down. I'm going to call up Sean Dozier, and that's how I'm going to use you. You're going to be long reliever, emergency starter. Wow, 17-0 shutout. Yikes. Yeah, a bunch of people want to come back, and I can't afford to bring you all back. I don't even know if I want to bring you all back. So I'm going to need you all to cool your jets while I think about it. Uh-huh. Luciano got better. Chris Thomas is dipping a tiny bit. Dozier is fine. Perdomo's getting a little bit worse at third. And some minor things around there have changed. That's fine. So strategically speaking, Danny Moreno is obliterating AA. I think I'm doing him a disservice by keeping him there. Up to AAA you go. I mean, you've just been making baseballs your bitch now most of the season. I'm going to leave you in AA for now, even though I do anticipate that you are going to make the Major League roster next season or come close to it. I think keeping you in the minors is the better call for the moment. Just for right now. Mr. Amaya, you are crushing A-ball. And AA needs a new center fielder, so I'm going to kick you up to that spot. Yep. John Rivera, you're still not a very good catcher, but whatever. Victor Salinas is a fantastic second baseman, and I think you're also due for a promotion to Double A. I mean, here's my long-term second base solution right here. I just need him to capitalize on his natural talent. There is some help coming in the minors. It's just a question of making sure that we have lots of extra parts that we can swap out to ensure that our major league talent is always as good as it can be. Okay, Mr. Senzel. You want a pretty minor extension, but I'd honestly rather keep Perdomo of the two of you because he's so important to making the rest of the team function. Let's do it. A 2-year deal. And then once Perdomo signs, we can think about a short-term extension for Senzel. Because I don't think Salinas is going to be ready for the big leagues for at least another full season, maybe even 2. So I wouldn't mind a short-term solution like Senzel at second base until we can sort it out. It's draft time, and we're picking 25th. So again, it's still not worth me spending a lot of time scouting because I'm never going to get the kind of player to transform a franchise in the draft. I do want to make sure that we get a middle infielder if there's one that's even remotely acceptable by the time we pick. I think that's my number one concern, is getting some sort of middle infielder. But it looks like this is another pitching-heavy draft. So we'll just see who's left by the time we get to pick. We do have Danny Allison. He is extremely raw. Yeah, I don't even know what this guy would turn out to be. And as much as we're hurting for middle infield talent, I don't know if I'm prepared to take this big a flyer in the first round. If he's still there in the second, I'd think about it. I mean, there's a guy like Josh Braden, who is, I know, not the sexiest, but I think I'll take Josh Braden. I know he doesn't light the world on fire. There's Andy Cullen, too, though. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm taking Andy Cullen. He's not just a good pitcher. He's a potentially amazing relief pitcher. I think as a first-round draft pick, I approve. Now, will Danny Allison be there in the second round? If he is, I'll take him. If he's not, that's fine. What are we looking at for infielders now? You know what, Jeff Henry? I will draft you in the second round. Ken Hamilton, you've got a fair bit of power. You just have nothing else in your toolbox. And this is where you say your toolbox. And you know what? Maybe I am. But I'm okay with you too, Bill Valtierra. And we'll just let things happen as they might. A good old George McPike. You've got an interesting offensive tool set. I will take you, and we'll see how you do. Dan Brosier, absolutely not. Victor Figueroa's got pretty crazy power, but Ben Davis is just the better hitter. I don't know where he'll end up, but I'm frankly excited to give him the chance to see where he'll end up. I'll take Figueroa too. Why not? And then I will finish the rest of the draft. We've got some players that want an awful lot of money. So we're definitely going to need to think about how we want to spend that budget. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You won't let me sign him, will you? That's fine. And there we go. All right. We're just going to sim right up to the All-Star teams being announced. Perdomo did sign. We did lose Smart for the season. I don't love that. Because I had plans for you next season, so I hopefully you don't lose too much of your time. Let's talk to Senzel as kind of the last move I'm going to make this episode. And just see if I can get him to stick around for another season. Oh no, he wants a fair bit of money, so then your answer is no. I will happily let Chris Tharp play second base next season. Don't tempt me. Or shit, even Kins Muller. He could be like a pro second baseman maybe. And I just need to go to the All-Star teams being announced. Vasquez is ready to come back. How did the Dwyer experiment turn out? Okay, Danny Horacha was pretty terrible, so I'm going to go ahead and call you back up. And I'm going to go ahead and slide Vasquez right back into the line. Oh, how long are you out? You broke your nose. That's not great, but it's also not the end of the world. I'm going to go and let my bench coach set my backups. Nope. And nope. Nope. And nope. I get why the game wants me to play Delgado, because Delgado is an amazing third baseman, but he can't hit as well as Perdomo can and do the things that this team needs, which is get on base and create havoc. That's what he's here for. And Holy shit, Jose Santoy is almost hitting 400. And Bobby Dwyer's hitting 381. That's pretty insane. Who made the prospect game? Danny Moreno made it again. Of course he did. Luis Amaya made it too. Juan Castaneda. And Devon Mann. Major League deal. Of course it's Jack Leiter. And Luciano. Adley Rushman. A bit of a down season for him, but still an excellent season nonetheless. Jose Santoya. Daniel Cabrera and Eric Carandongo. That's very good. I am utterly pleased with how things are going. A bit of a down year for Adley. It looks like he's struggling to hit for contact. The rest of his numbers are there. So I'm wondering if... Yeah, his BABIP has plummeted. I'm not at all worried about him. Not at all. But that's going to conclude the episode. We're off to a pretty good start, but this is also a season of transition. This is about us figuring out who some of our long-term stars are going to be. And some of those long-term stars include Danny Moreno, Luis Amaya, and Victor Salinas. These three players here, all of them in Double A, are going to be the new core of the Baltimore Orioles within the next 2 to 3 seasons. With Adley Rutschman providing veteran leadership and some useful contributions from players like Austin Hendrick, and of course Jack Leiter, who is on pace to just make every record in Major League history his bitch. He's just like, you know what? Last season was disappointing for me in that I was only transcendently amazing. And I've only got 6 Cy Young Awards. I need a 7th one that's even better than all the others I've had put together. Did you know it's been a whole season since he's won the Cy Young Award? A whole season? Man, that can't be allowed to stand. That cannot be allowed to stand. And Daniel Cabrera is, despite the pressure of the contract, is on his way to having his best ever season with the Baltimore Orioles, which I'm extremely happy for him. And I'm not paying you $45 million, even if I could. So that's that. But things are going pretty well. And I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to find our way back into the World Series this year. Maybe. We'll see. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.